Hello. I hope you're doing well and enjoying our summer school that we've done so far. I can't wait to meet with you. Today we're going to read Smelly Socks. And I want you to be a good listener when we listen because I'm going to ask you some questions afterwards. So let's look at the cover of the book and think about the title, Smelly Socks. Think in your head, what is this story going to be about? You probably already know, right? Do you think we can tell who the characters will be? Probably right here, right? All right, let's get started. Remember to be a really good listener. It's written by Robert Munch, and the illustrator is Michael Marchenko. So here's our title page. And here we go. I'm going to hold it kind of close to the screen, but I have to be able to make sure that I can see it too. I'll hold up like this so you can see the words and the pictures. When Tina wanted new socks, her mom took her to the only sock store in town. "This store only has black socks," said Tina. "Can we please go across the river and get some really good socks?" "We can't drive right across the river because there's no bridge here," said Tina's mom. "You know it's a long, long, long way to the only bridge. And besides, we don't have a car." So right away we're noticing some differences between the book and where we live, right? They only have one store that sells socks around where they live. We have a lot, right? We have a couple Walmarts, we've got some Targets, we've got some Kohl's stores, we've got lots of stores where if we needed a pair of socks, we could go. And they said that there's a bridge that they would have to cross if they wanted to get to a different one. So what's under that bridge? So start picturing in your head where they live looks like. So we're thinking not a lot of stores, maybe like a river or a pond or a lake. There's a bridge over it. So start picturing where they live in your head, okay? It will help you get a good idea of where this story is taking place. So Tina went to her grandfather and said, "Can you please take me across the river in your boat? I want to buy some really good socks." "Oh, the motor's not working on the boat," said her grandfather. "Row," said Tina. "We can row. I'll row and you can sit in the back of the boat." "You will row the boat?" said her grandfather. "Yes," said Tina. "Rowing is easy." So again, we're looking at some differences between where Tina lives and where we live. We wouldn't take a boat to the store, right? We would take a car or a truck or a van or a taxi. But here they are in their boat. So Tina got in the boat and rowed slowly. Splash, splash, splash. And the boat went in slow circles. Swish, swish, swish. Tina rowed fast. Splash, 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 splash. And the boat went in fast circles. Swish, 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 swish. "This boat has forgotten how to row," said Tina. "Okay, you sit in the back and you tell me what to do," said her grandfather. So Tina sat in the back and told her grandfather how to row. And her grandfather rowed all the way across the river. Then they walked all the way through the town to get to the big sock store. There it is. At the store. Oh my goodness, let's look at this page for a second. What do you see? What do you notice? A big pile of socks, right? Wow. All right, let's read about it. At the store, Tina tried on socks that were too big, socks that were too little, socks that were too blue, and socks that were too pink. Tina tried on millions and millions of socks. Finally, she found a perfect pair of red, yellow, and green socks. Then, since it was almost time for dinner, Tina and her grandfather ran back to the boat, and this time the boat sort of remembered how to row. Tina rowed round and round and round, but she still got to the other side. So here's her new socks that she found that she really liked. Do you remember what she said they looked like? She said they were yellow and green and red. But she had to try on a lot of socks to find those. When they got home, Tina ran home and yelled, "Socks! Socks! Wonderful socks! These are the best socks I have ever seen in my life. Grandpa rode me all the way across the river to get these socks, and I am never going to take them off." "Never?" said Tina's mother. "Never," said Tina. "Uh-oh," said Tina's mother. Now, if we remember the name of the book, and when Tina's mother says, "Uh-oh, you're never going to take them off," what do you think is going to happen? Can you make a prediction? So, Tina wore her socks for a long time. She wore them for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 whole days. Her mother said, "Tina, I know you love those socks, but just let me wash them real quick. They will start to smell if you don't get them washed." "Socks, socks, wonderful socks," said Tina. "I am never going to take them off." After Tina wore her socks for 10 more days, the kids at school said, "Tina, what a smell! Change your socks." "Socks, wonderful socks," said Tina. "I am never going to take them off." After Tina wore her socks for 10 more days, a whole flock of Canada geese flew over her house and dropped from the sky from the smell. They must smell really bad. 2 moose walked through her yard and fell over from the smell. Ducks, raccoons, and squirrels fell over when she walked to school. Oh my goodness. So even the animals are thinking that she's got stinky socks on. Finally, even a skunk fell over from the smell. Tina's friends decided to do something. They all came to her house and knocked on the door. Bam, 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 bam. When Tina opened the door, they grabbed her and carried her to the river. Then they held their noses and took off her socks. What are they going to do? Some of the kids held Tina, and some of the kids washed the socks. Scrub, 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 scrub. All the fish in the river floated up to the top and acted like they were dead. That's how stinky it was around there. The kids washed some more. Scrub, 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 scrub. All the beavers ran out of the river and went to live with Tina's grandfather. So you're there. They washed some more. Scrub, 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 scrub. Far down the river, people said, "Oh, how come this river smells like dirty socks?" Finally, the socks were clean. "Wow," said Tina. "They look nicer when they're clean." "Wow," said Tina. "They smell nicer when they're clean." "Wow," said Tina. "They feel feel nicer when they're clean. Tina put the socks on and said, I'm going to wear clean socks from now on. The beavers left her grandfather's house and went back into the river. The Canada geese got up off the ground and flew away. The fish decided that they were not dead after all and jumped and splashed in the river. So everything's going back to normal. Tina went to her mom and said, my socks are nice and clean, and I think it would be very nice if you took me to town to get a nice new red, yellow, and green shirt. You promise to wash it? Said her mom. No, said Tina. If I wait long enough, the kids at school will wash it for me. And that's what she did. She waited until she got so stinky that people threw her right in the river to wash. All right. Were you a good listener? Do you remember the things that happened? So who were some characters that were in the book? Tina, her grandfather, and her mom were the main characters, right? What happened at the beginning of the story? Tina wanted to buy some new socks, so she asked her mom and then asked her grandpa. What happened in the middle of the story? They went shopping for socks, and she got some, right? And she wore them. What happened at the end? At the end of the story, people put her in the river, washed up her and her socks, and she had clean socks. So that's a summary of the story. We're making it so that if someone didn't read the story, we can tell them. This story is about a girl named Tina, her grandpa, and her mom. She wanted to buy new socks. She went to buy new socks and she kept them on for a long time. And then people threw her in the river to wash them, right? Those are the big deal parts of the book. Now I'm going to ask you a couple other questions and you're going to answer them. If it's easier for you to write them with a pencil and paper, go ahead and tell your mom or your dad to send me a picture, or you can use a computer and you can type it in, okay? Type your answers in and send it to me, okay? See you later.